Quant is among the altcoins in crypto, one of the top three, if not tied for the first, that is among the best candidates in all of crypto to have already bottomed. I don't even think Bitcoin is in the top candidates for have already bottomed. I don't think Bitcoin's bottomed. But similar to how Chainlink during last bear market, it was going up. I think it did like a 4x. It was slow and steady. It wasn't anything crazy sexy like Telcoin going up 33,000%. Obviously wasn't that. It was slow and steady, but it was the only thing in crypto that had already bottomed, before the rest of altcoins bottomed, as Bitcoin made a macro higher low at $4,000 during, March 2020, during coronavirus. So Quant is clearly broken out of this macro channel. And the date of this all-time high back here is September of 2021. And so this is a big, like the channel rules, the rules of the channel, because this is a macro channel, they're pretty solid rules. So, and because it's broken, so let me zoom into that part right there. Look how it very clearly went above it into horizontal resistance, a sell-off, but people became buyers at the previous top, which this line used to be resistance. Previous resistance comes future support. And it got bought up hard and blasted through the previous sell-off area. And because of that, I think it is possible that it never hits this line again. It honestly looks kind of probable. I think this might be a safe haven for crypto. And if Quant were to get that recognition for itself, that, hey, check out Quant. Obviously, it's among the top, prospects to do well in crypto in general, like to actually survive, right? Chainlink, Quant, like they're among, they're not the sexiest alts that YouTubers are going to say, it's going to make you a millionaire. People aren't going to say that about it. I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to have like a 10,000% run in a bull market, but during this bear market, it could be a snowball effect. If this is clearly one that's not going down with Bitcoin and all that, what do you think people are going to do? It's going to attract people to buy it more, and it's going to start going up, and it'll keep going up the whole bear market if that snowball effect were to be triggered. Where and what are the conditions of that? What's the threshold of that chemical reaction, psychology chemical reaction across the masses? What are the conditions of that? I actually don't know. I'm simply identifying Quant as it might be that and Chronos Tech or whatever. Those two coins have both done the same thing. They had a macro channel out of which they didn't just blast out of, but they blasted out of, made strong higher lows and higher highs on a daily chart. And they're probably not going back in their channel. Even Bitcoin is like, let's look for example. Look at Cardano. Even though I'm not picking on Cardano this bear market. So I'm still on Quant, but I'm comparing Quant to Cardano's macro channel because it's one of the few things that has a 300-day long channel. Take a look. So what do you think is the price path? So look, August of 2021. It's over. It's almost a year. It's a year long now. So I made this a while ago. Okay, so don't you think it's easier to guess where Cardano's going to be at a certain date than it is for Quant? Yeah, because it's in this channel and it's going to stay in it, right? And this is what crypto's doing. They're getting in a macro channel and they're staying in it. Everything is. Everything, even Bitcoin. Ethereum might have done something like this a few times, like gotten way over it, but it's coming back into it. And Ethereum is, if I had an Ethereum channel set up, I don't think I have a macro Ethereum channel set up. I usually deal with micro channels like this. But honestly, Carter, if you wanted to copy and paste this, honestly, here, let me stretch it out. Honestly, that would probably be a wise decision. Like, try to make yours look like the, let me make myself invisible here. And let me make this invisible. There you go. I suggest that you copy and paste this and try to do the same thing. Because it can help you, like, not only understand why Quant is a good candidate, but it could help, help you realize Cardano is actually pretty solid to trade. It's got great liquidity and it's pretty damn predictable. All right, so going back to Quant, Which chart was I using for Quant? Son of a gun. There we go. Do I have this saved on my chart? So going back to Quant, after a little bit of a rant for people who are a fan of this, but I'm not saying that just so you like this channel. I'm typically make people mad that I tell them their coin's going to go down, particularly Veracity fans. I mean, I will probably be buying Veracity in bear market, but guess what? I'm going to be buying it lower because I know it's going down, right? I don't like it so much that I'm blinded to the fact that it's going to go a lot lower. But this one truly, do I not know my ABCs, like Sesame Street stuff? Like what? Where's Quant on my chart? I thought I had this bitch saved. Anyway, so short-term price action for Quant. I would say you have a key. This horizontal is actually not calibrated correctly. It needs to go down to here. So as long as Quant can stay in this zone from, let me make it a blue box. There we go. As long as it can stay in this zone, stay above specifically 84.67. If it could stay above 8, let me zoom in so you can see this bad boy. Let me go to the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, because you already know what the channel looks like now. So I can zoom way in, and you have the context. So as long as it can stay above roughly 84.40, 84 and change, then you're pretty solid. If it goes below there, then you don't have a lot of horizontals that can save it, as in, that's going to tell buyers to come in and buy it, because your next horizontal is going to be close already to this descending line here. So if 84 is broken, then you're likely going to hit this descending line or get damn close, okay? So I said it has a chance to not hit this line ever again. I actually think that's probably true. But the true test to that, and honestly, this might be the threshold. This might be it right here. The conditions for that snowball effect is if it can hold 84.50. So honestly, I think I figured it out just kind of walking through this, not having planned this video. If 84.50 holds, that and Bitcoin goes down to 18.5 or 17.5, then you're very likely gonna have a snowball effect. Will it happen in a week? No. It takes time for people to for the word to spread across the community. And then, it's going to take a while, at least several months, I would assume. But so 84.50 is that condition, I would say. But as you can see, the next place for horizontal traders to come in is right here. And honestly, that would still, it could actually wick. So if it goes, let me draw this. So I'm giving you more of a mid macro. I'm giving you a midterm time frame analysis, not a short-term time frame. And hopefully you're okay with that. Yeah, you would wick below this. If it happens before, so if this line is broken before September, let me see. When does this get too far away? That's only 15%. So yeah, before September, if this line is broken before October 1st, then the top of the channel is very likely to be hit, but it's going to snap right back up here, because this zone right here will form a black triangle, and not all the buyers will step in heavily there. So right there. And again, for new people, when I draw black objects on my chart, they're almost always hit. So you might want to draw the same damn thing. Literally, it's like it's over 50% hit rate. But this has a strong chance. Quant has a strong chance of being one of the, the handful of price action charts that don't hit it. It has a chance to hold this, even if Bitcoin goes down to 17.5. But before October 1st specifically, so this line is October 1st. If it falls below there, then this green line will be hit with an extremely high probability, because it's only it's only 10% below this next horizontal where buyers will be stepping in. So it'll go ahead and hit that, then it'll go like this. Actually, I'll show you. And I'm telling you, this is how price will move. It's in an if-then statement. If drop below 84.50 before October 1st, if below 84.50 before October 1st, then an if-then statement, then the top of this channel will be hit. If-then statement. But it'll come right back up into this box and then go like this. And then it'll retest up here. And I'll just leave this on the chart. If, and then I'll do another price path. It could go below here, retag the lows at that wick, but it can snap back up and just try to stay in here and stay. You son of a gun. So for this horizontal, so you need this stuff on your chart. So you need this horizontal at 80, what was it, 84.50 roughly in here. So make a horizontal there. Because if Quant makes that threshold happen, it's going to play around for months and months into that zone. Like it's just going to hang out, right? As crypto goes down, it's going to go sideways in the zone. But realize that you also need a secondary line, like a wick line. So to this zone, this blue box zone here, you need a wick line of where if it goes down there on a quick move, you're still not freaking out. It won't necessarily initiate the move all the way down to this point here. It won't necessarily initiate it. And it's all based off of this wick here because people will buy up that horizontal. So that's your secondary line. That's your wick line to this blue box. So you got a blue box and a blue line, and I'll label the line so you can get this all on your chart. I'm telling you, you need to put this on your chart. Again, I'm stressing, like put, you don't have to do my squiggly lines, but, all right, let me get rid of those real quick. Price path, there we go. Wait, I thought I just got rid of that. Boom. All right. And let me zoom out just a wee bit. You want your chart to have that stuff on it, including the vertical line on October 1st. Oh, I didn't label the wick line, sorry. So the wick line, it's okay if Quant wicks down to $77, it still has a 50-50 shot of getting back into this box. Does that make sense? Because buyers could easily step in because of that wick right there. So try to make your chart look like this. And you don't have to draw this guy down here. This was kind of my original guess of where it'll bottom out months ago. So you don't need this part. But these channels, try to make it like that. This blue box here starts at about 59.60, okay? And some change up. Wick line at 77.43. Blue box 112.46 to 84.50. And just try to imitate. So you can see how price action fits in the point of control lot, right? So just do your best to make these lines like that. And if you're a Quant fan, this is how having this on your chart is going to allow you to know what is happening at any moment in Quant, with Quant, literally. Because if it breaks 84.50, you know it's going at least to 77. And if it doesn't bounce at 77, well, yeah, if it can't get back into the box after hitting 77, you know it's going to hit 52.34 if it happens before October 1st. It's just a bunch of if-then statements. It's almost like binary code. Like, think like a robot. It's an if-then statement. They're only, for every one path, then two things could happen. Expect either one. You just know which one will happen at any time after any trigger. So our next trigger is when 84.50 is broken. Once that trigger happens, only two things. Wick line, it gets back in the box, or wick line, rejection from the box, and then come back down here in black triangle. If before then. But another binary code thing, if 84.50 is broken after October 1st and wick line, so if it's after October 1st, then your two things are wick line at 77.43 and then this target, this horizontal down at 52.30, because it's not coming down here after October 1st, most likely. So your trigger, like where your brain goes in two paths upon the trigger, will be different. I'm making a guess at October 1st, but just make the line and just assume that way, because it's a pretty safe assumption. It's a pretty good, I think that's a pretty solid analysis. And so no matter what, that's your trigger, only two options. Binary code. Hopefully that was so I gave you, I didn't give you any very short term time frame stuff, but it's really 84, 50 or nothing. That's really the line to focus on. All right, there you go.